And so I used to work for a CEO, and he told me something that stuck with me. He said, any idiot can make something complicated. It takes somebody really smart to make something simple. And so that's what I wanted to do with this. And so I could not find anything that focused on putting all these concepts together in a simple, practical way. And so that was what I chose to do. And what we did is we looked at what is self-leadership, and we define self-leadership with 4 components, and we call it the SOAR Self-Leadership Model. And it's self, understanding and having self-awareness, understanding your purpose, your meaning, your values, your strengths, your weaknesses. And then as soon as you run into an important, complex relational situation, your outlook, which is the O, comes into mind. And how do you manage your bias? How do you manage your emotions to be effective and regain balance? How do you bring the right outlook before you get to this action piece of the SOAR model? And when we talk about action, the action that we have in the workplace to facilitate movement is our conversations. And so how do we engage others in conversations with empathy? How do we ask high quality questions and listen? How do we have these high stakes conversations, and how do we manage defensiveness and ours and others in these conversations? And then the R stands for reflection. How do we start to continually grow and evolve through practicing, through getting feedback, and through reflecting, and having a practice of reflection? And so what we tried to do is say, put together this SOAR model, self, outlook, action, and reflection, and look at the fewest most important things that people needed to get the results of being self-aware, being mindful, being emotionally intelligent, having social intelligence, and learning agility. We tried to put all of that in there, but we took it from a human-centric practice, our human-centric lens about this is how we engage these situations. I bring myself to every situation, and that impacts my outlook when I engage in the situation. And then I act, and then I reflect, which improves my self-awareness, which brings me a better outlook, which allows me to act more effectively, and I reflect again. And so that's the cycle that we started to use. And the real shift was all this information is out there, but it's hard to get and put together because it's so vertical by discipline. And what we try to do is take it from a person's perspective.